Students, welcome to Bishop Academy online classes. I hope you are healthy at your home and you work hard in your study to get good marks in board examination and also to understand the society very clearly through education. So, in this series we started online classes and today we started with the very first chapter of geography, that is resources and development. So, this chapter includes two terms, resources and development. Certainly this development has been taught to you within the classes. You study about the development, that the development could not easily be seen. Certainly you have to observe various aspects and from entire these aspects you come to know about the development. But resources are quite easy things to trace out. Here the definition that has been given in your book about resources is, resource denotes those objects that can be transformed into articles of utility with the economically affordable and culturally acceptable technology. So, this definition included or provided importance to three things. First, that the resources are objects which are useful, articles from which we make the articles of utility. We can use them, the things which are useful for us, from which objects it came is considered as resources. And it is also important that this resource is economically affordable, means extraction or making of these articles become cheap. So, we could ask it or say it resources. Along with it also it is culturally acceptable, means our culture also provided us information or what you call permission to use these resources. As you study about sacred groves in class 9th, and these sacred groves didn't permit the people to use certain portion of forest. So, those forests could not be considered as the resource. Is that clear to you? So, now we have to get discussed over the very first topic of this chapter, that is classification of resources. For understanding the thing very clearly, it becomes essential for us to classify it. If we classify a term, the term becomes much clearer. So, in the case of resources, we classified it on various bases like origin, exhaustibility, ownership, along with it development status and even utility, their utility. So, these are the bases on which we classify the resources, and with changing the base, the classification get also changed. As you see here, on the base of origin, the resources may be natural or abiotic or artificial or biotic. So, natural resources are those resources, or abiotic resources are those resources that have been found in nature and having no life. Is that clear to you? On the other hand, artificial or biotic resources are those resources that have been made by human, okay, or having life. Entire these resources are biotic, that has been derived from living beings. Next, on the basis of exhaustibility, whether they remain, the resources remain with us or not. On this base, the resources are classified into two groups: renewable, that has been used again and again, like what you call your solar energy, wind energy, hydel energy. Means to say, in entire this process, not a single drop of energy get used. What you called the object from where this you can say the source from where this energy derived, the source could not be utilized. As you find the sun rays that has been coming from sun, we are not using that particular rays. The rays come and reflected. We just tried to trap it for a little time and get energy. Hydel energy, that we farm with running water, the water that has been coming from mountains, and we store it in large lakes, and from there we just release the water with natural cycle of water, and in this process we get energy. Not a single drop of water utilized, or you can say replenished during this period. Along with it, the second category is of non-renewable resources, that has been, these are the resources that adjusted with their use, like we burn the coal get converted into ash, and the ash could not once again be converted into coal. So coal, when we use it, or petroleum when we use it, or iron when we use it, it is completely replenished, get over, exhaust. So these are come to be known as non-renewable resources. On the base of ownership, the resources are international, that has been used by the various people of all countries. Second, that is national resources, that has been used by the people of a particular country. If other people of the country wanted to utilize it, then certainly they need permission from the government. Along with it, there are some resources that have been community owned, like forest of a particular area, parks, along with it hospitals, schools, entire these things are community owned resources. So for utilizing it, it becomes essential for us to get permission from the community. And along with it, there are also personal resources, resources that have been owned by a particular person, like when you plant sugarcane in your field, you have to provide the permission to other persons to utilize it. If the person use it without your will, then certainly those persons get punishment or created a crime. Along with it, on the base of development, the resources are classified into developed resources that have been used in present time on a massive scale. Second, potential resources, the resources which have capability to satisfy our need, but due to absence of technology, we are not capable of utilizing it on a massive scale, like geothermal energy that has been found on this earth on a massive scale, but we do not have capability to utilize it. But certainly we hope that in forthcoming years the people developed the technology of utilizing geothermal energy or even water. Next, stock are those resources that have been available in abundant, but we are not using it in our, you can say, for sake of, or you can say the lack of technology. So here we find that there is a close similarity in potential resources and stock, but there is also dissimilarities, that in potential resources we have technology, but we could not use it on a massive scale, but in stock we have absence of technology. We have the resource in abundant, but we do not have energy. As when we talk about the solar energy, it also come into the category of potential resource, as it have capacity to meet the need of present generation, but could not utilized due to lack of affordable technology. Next, reserves. Reserves are those resources that has been preserved by modern world, keeping in view of the need of forthcoming generation. आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए जब रिसोर्सेस प्रोटेक्ट कर दिए जाते हैं तो इसे हम रिजर्व रिसोर्सेस कहते हैं. ऑन द बेस ऑफ यूटिलिटी द रिसोर्सेस आर क्लासिफाइड इनटू एनर्जी रिसोर्सेस, from where we derived energy like coal, petroleum, even raw materials from where we extract metals, non-metals and various other type of useful raw materials for the industries. And third is food. Certainly various type of things or resources that has been available in nature are used as the food material by various people. So entire these resources has been kept in this category. So students, today we have completed the very first chapter, first topic of the very first chapter of geography. Remain at your home, follow the guideline of COVID-19 and remain happy and healthy. God bless us.